it can be true, but you know, I like football analogies. When you're going to play a game, you have to show your opponent that you have a strong team. So some teams sing. So there was a lot of singing today from both sides that we have the best. We have the best team, and can you see the court is actually agreeing with us? Today, I think the court, yes, it was mostly about getting ready, but the court made some really consequential determinations. We say in law that process determines substance or the outcome. So depending on how a court handles procedural issues, it can influence, shape, determine, you can choose your adjective, the outcome. And for me, the most interesting one related to who represents the IEBC. So first, and there was a bit of confusion if you were watching. First of all, I think it was the DCJ coming to say that it's not the court's business to determine who represents the IEBC. Yeah. It's an internal issue that the court won't be drawn into. Then she says, oh, please ignore what I just said. And then says, we allow the application. The application was by the team led by the former AG Githu Muigai. And to say that the notice of appointment that was filed by the renegades, if you can call them that we strike it out. Essentially, the court has determined that the petition as filed that we will listen to is the one that was filed by one faction of the IEBC. Right. And not the other. Whereas you could have said initially, as the DCJ had said, let this be an internal issue, or let this be something that comes out. We listen to both sides. It will come out from the proceedings, but let everyone be heard. So I'm not too sure that that won't be seen as process appearing, and I'm trying to as you can see, I'm trying to weigh my words very carefully. Yes, yeah. Process appearing to determine the substance. Right. Yes, so there is, but that is the issue, because clearly one side of the divide was very happy with it. Absolutely. And just to bring this, I think to bring it to reality, the question here is the question and the contestation here is who actually represents the IEBC, and both sides had teams to represent their side of the story, but still, to move this forward, the court allowed the affidavits and said, the four commissioners are at liberty to appoint counsel to sort of, represent them. But it's not the same, because it matters how the IEBC as a commission, as an institution, frames its case. Its case, it's either that we conducted an election according to law, which is what one faction is saying, or we didn't, which is what the other faction is saying. Telling them that, you can file affidavits, you're filing affidavits responding to an issue that has been framed in a particular way. And now the framing is according to the faction that believes that the case was, the election was conducted by law. I see.
But let's clarify this. Huh? Right. They didn't get the opportunity to file the affidavits today. Remember, the IEBC had already been joined as an institution, as a corporate body to this petition. Its chairman, Wafula Chebukati, had been joined as such, as Wafula Chebukati, chairman IEBC, to this petition. Each of the other commissioners had been joined by name as a respondent to this petition. So those four commissioners had, in that capacity, in that individual capacity, in their name, already filed the affidavits. What the fight was here was who would control the narrative of the body corporate. But in terms of the individual narratives, they have already filed them and filed their submissions. So the struggle here was who will take control of the narrative of the body corporate, the IEBC. And it's important to understand this. Not much claim has been made about the transgression of the person who was declared president-elect in the conduct of these elections. Much allegations have been made about the conduct or misconduct of the body called IEBC and its chairman. That's right. The bulk of the claims in this petition all around there. So whoever controls the narrative of the body corporate called IEBC was of interest in that context. And it's important that people understand that's why the struggle was there. Now, Prof, there was a problem here. If the court had stuck to the line, and I kept telling somebody that from a litigation point of view, the court must always remember that it cannot run away from this dispute. Of all those people there, whereas they are all expected to behave maturely because they are senior counsel and they are lawyers of repute, the biggest person in that forum is the court itself. It's the one in charge of that platform. So imagine a scenario where the court says, okay, it is your business as IEBC sort yourselves out. Then when the hearing starts, and the court says, now it's the turn for IEBC to present its case, your 3 hours are running, then 2 advocates stand up and begin some drama. Somebody must resolve that problem. It is the same court.
Right.
So the court was not going to stay with this narrative of it is your business.
It was a problem for the court.
The court had to sort out that problem one or the other. And just like Prof here, I'm also waiting for the written ruling, because having had the verbal one, the one that was read, I've quite a bit of clarifications to seek. I can't make much commentary on it. When I get the written one, I'll read it and make better sense out of it.
All right.